Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado and the 2012 USA Ultimate College Championships. Hi, I'm Elliot Trotter. Day 2 is in the books, which means many teams have punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at how it all went down. In the women's division, Oregon Fugue, who were undefeated after the first day of pool play, took on Sonoma State Divine, who was still looking for their first win. Early on, this was a close one. Sonoma State up 1 as Hannah Stickle sends a backhand to Sydney Cruz, who slides for the score. Divine up 7-5. However, Oregon would come right back, and with the score tied at 7s, Fugue shows off some great D as Annie Almy boxes out to knock the disc away from Divine's Sydney Cruz. Oregon would go on an 8-1 run, capped off with this game winner from Jessie Schofner to Bethany Kaler. Final score 15-8. Next up, it was Michigan Flywheel taking on the British Columbia Thunderbirds. Both teams were undefeated coming into this game, looking to take control of the pool. Early on, Flywheel is down by a point when Vicky Chang finds Teresa Zettner, who bodies out the BC defender to pull down the disc, tying up the game at 1 apiece. This game was close the entire time, and midway through, Thunderbirds are down 11-10, but Krista Koo finds Rina Kawabata for the tying point. Later on, score tied at 13 apiece as British Columbia's Jera Stancheva sends the forehand to Katie Berezan, who leaps for the left-handed grab and the score. Thunderbirds would pull off the upset, winning 15-13, earning a spot into the quarterfinals. Following that match, it was time for Virginia to face off against Iowa State, with both teams needing a win to clinch a berth into tomorrow's quarters. Early in the game, score tied at 2 apiece when Sam Sabri sends a backhand to a sprinting Rebecca Miller for the score. Iowa State up 3-2. Later on, it was Rebecca Miller again, this time with the assist to Magon Liu, who goes up, tips the disc, and makes the incredible off-balance catch for the score. Iowa State up 5-4. Virginia has some offensive plays of their own, though, as Maggie John sends a wobbly forehand to Mary Kelly, who beats her defender to the disc with the slide. Virginia only down 9-11. However, with the soft cap in place, Iowa State pulled ahead of Virginia. Women scorned Rebecca Miller makes an incredible layout D, which leads to her receiving the game-winning pass from Sarah Hoistad. Final score 14-12 as Iowa State advances to the quarters. Over in the Open Division, number 1 seed Oregon kicked off the day's action, going up against North Carolina. Early on, the game still tight with Oregon up 1, as Ego's George Perez launches a backhand to Topher Davis, who makes a sliding grab. Oregon up 6-4. A few scores later, Oregon is starting to pull away as Tyler Cable sends a monster pass to a streaking Gabe Fruchter, who skies above the UNC defender for the score. Ego up 8-4. In the end, UNC had no answer for Ego, and up by 6, Oregon is looking for the game winner, as Topher Davis sends a big outside-in backhand to a wide-open Camden Allison Hall for the score. Oregon moves to 3-0, ensuring them a spot in the quarters. In the next round, it was time for our Court U match of the day. Last year's champion Carlton Cut taking on the hometown favorite Colorado Mama Bird. Early in the game, Colorado down by 1 when Mama Bird star Jimmy Mickle rockets a long floating backhand to Haiti Snyder, who skies for the catch, then finds Tim Morrissey in the end zone for the score. Game tied at 1 apiece. Later on, Mama Bird up by 3 and looking to score, but gets denied by Cuts Jonah Herskew, who gets up early to make the interception, which led to this impressive backhand huck from Julian Childs Walker to Logan Weiss for the score. Carlton only down by 2. The tides would change. Carlton now up 8-7 when Mama Bird's Jimmy Mickle lasers a low forehand to Tim Morrissey, who just barely toes the line for the score. Mama Bird ties it up at 8. Later, with the soft cap in place, Carlton is up 12-11, looking for the game winner as Jonah Herskew sends it to Julian Childs Walker in the end zone. Carlton Cut wins 13-11 and will advance to the quarterfinals. Following that match, it was a Big Ten battle as Wisconsin faced off against Michigan State. Wisconsin, undefeated in pool play, had secured their spot in the quarters, while Michigan State, at 2-1, desperately needed the win to get into the next round. Early on, Wisconsin in control, up 4, but Michigan State's David Hochhalter finds a diving Zach Albright, who makes the grab to put Burning Couch on the board. Score 4-1 Wisconsin. Wisconsin would answer with an amazing catch of its own as the Hodag's Dan Park sends a beautiful forehand to Aaron Spiess, who makes a remarkable layout catch for the Jack-in-the-Box play of the day. It's worth another look as Spiess pulls in the disc just inches above the ground to put Wisconsin up 5-1. Wisconsin would end up running away with this one, up 13-7. Tanner Marshall sends the huge backhand hook to Jerry McGinnis, who skies two Michigan State defenders for the score. The Hodags go on to win the game 15-8 and finish pool play undefeated. And that concludes day 2 here in Boulder. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for quarter and semifinal action. And don't forget to check out usaultimate.org for all scores, highlights, and news surrounding the USA Ultimate College Championships. I'm Elliot Trotter. Thanks for watching.